This is History Myths and Myth Conceptions, and today's myth conception is all roads lead to Rome. You all know the expression all roads lead to Rome, but what does it mean? Well, it's one of those poetic sayings that has managed to outlive its own literal meaning and become a metaphor. People use it when they speak of many things, usually about inevitability or about central authority. And when they speak about the actual city of Rome, they might imply that Rome was a very important place back in the day. But what is the original meaning of this poetic phrase? Well, it was very simple. It wasn't a metaphor, it was a fact. A long time ago, all roads literally led to Rome. That's how the road system was designed. People usually don't really understand what a Roman road was and why it was important. They look at the remains of the ancient roads and think that, well, great, they had some roads, good for them. But this is a far more important aspect than people think. The Roman road system was crucial for both the governance of the empire and its expansion. It is estimated that at its peak, the Roman Empire had a road network that stretched over 400,000 kilometers, 250,000 miles, with approximately 80,000 kilometers, 50,000 miles, of that being paved. It was an unprecedented infrastructure project of unprecedented efficiency. All the roads obviously converged in Rome. There was even the symbolic center of this network called Miliarium Aureum, the Golden Milestone, erected by Augustus in the Roman Forum around the year 20 BC. It was the ancient version of Kilometer Zero. Distances throughout the empire were measured from this single point. The next important question is who was building these roads? And the answer might surprise you if you don't know it already, because the labor was provided primarily by the Roman legions. And yes, Roman legions are frequently misunderstood as well, because it wasn't some medieval army roaming here and there. It was a highly disciplined military unit that specialized not only in warfare per se, but also in engineering. As the legions pushed into new territories, they didn't just fight, they built roads, fortifications, bridges, camps. They didn't wait for infrastructure to catch up with conquest. Infrastructure was part of conquest. Logistics was not an afterthought. It was one of the main strengths of the Roman military machine and the empire in general. Legions traveled with surveyors, architects, and engineers. They brought tools, materials, and blueprints. They built not only temporary camps, but often permanent bases, which evolved into settlements and eventually full-fledged Roman towns or colonies. Because creating a colony was a reasonably straightforward procedure. The colonist essentially just followed a legion, because there was already a road in place, built by a legion. And there was already a nucleus of a small town, built by a legion. The roads weren't built for convenience only. They were built for speed, including military speed. When Rome wanted to move an army, they could quite easily move it at a rate of up to 40 kilometers, 25 miles per day, heavily armed and supplied. And obviously the roads also became essential for administration. Messages, decrees, tax records all could now travel fast. The Romans even had a version of a postal system, which used relay stations and fresh horses to carry imperial dispatches across vast distances. The roads themselves were often quite complex. Romans followed a standardized design, starting with a foundation of heavy stones, followed by smaller stones, gravel, and sand, all topped with large stone slabs of paving stones. This multi-layered construction ensured durability, drainage, and ease of travel in all weather conditions. The roads were also slightly curved to allow water to run off to the sides, preventing flooding and erosion. some stretches of the paved Roman roads still survive today. The phrase "all roads lead to Rome" is more than symbolic. It describes a deliberate system designed with a singular organizing principle to connect the empire to its center and the center to its empire.